Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing out there? This is Courtney, Fellowship of Oddballs, and I'm here with one of my bestest girlfriends from Colorado, Amy. Amy, you want to say hi to
Hi.
everyone?
Hi, everybody.
I'm going to check out who we have people already here. I apologize to everybody. I had no idea that because I didn't set it for like a future time that it was going to notify people once we were just backstage, and we were just backstage like hanging out and chilling. So I noticed there were people in the chat. So my fault for that. But who do we have in here tonight? We have got coordinate for our own show. Yeah, like I'm not always. Hi, Big Chuck D. How are you doing tonight? Hi, Amen. God, Amen Fate. Let's see. I saw Pete somewhere. There he is. Pete, creepy little book. And we have someone joining us too. Hi, Wes. We've got Wes Moody.
Hey, good to be here. Happy Friday.
Hey, Wes.
Happy
Hey.
Friday to you too. Wes, this is my girlfriend Amy from Colorado. She's very, very good people.
Hi.
Hi, Amy. Cheers.
Where am I trying to? Okay. I'm trying to hide all my mess.
Sorry, I'm in hell, but I can get out of hell if that's helpful.
You have a green screen. You're lucky. She's outside in Colorado. So she's got like probably a fire going somewhere behind you.
I've got flannel.
So I was saying hi to Pete, who's in there. We saw Chuck D. We saw. Oh, Bone is here. Hi, Bone. What up?
Hey, Bone.
And
That's a little bit more cheerful.
Milton Knoll is the insane witch king. It's good to see you guys all here. So, Wes, how was your day?
Pretty intense. I don't know. I'm having trouble focusing, but it's a pretty good day, I guess.
Yeah,
What was going on with the focusing?
Courtney knows what's going on. Yeah, I'm doing some stuff.
We're all doing our own little like self-improvements in life, I should just say.
That's
the
way to be.
Every day. Yeah. Yep. So pretty much that type of thing. I'm sorry, I have breaks here that are very noisy.
Yeah, it's tough. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on. I want to hear more.
Some inner child stuff that we were talking about. I mean, I don't know who in the chat all knows about it. Basically, principle of it for those of you in the chat that may not know is you get in touch with your inner child, and you have an inner child, and then you have an inner adult. You have to have a conversation. Sometimes the inner child's in charge, and sometimes the inner adult is in charge. But you have to reconcile the two. Is the long and the short of it. And that process could be a little bit of a roller coaster.
It's daunting. Yeah, all that kind of work. You're working on yourself, especially as an adult. Some really interesting stuff. We have a
Sorry, I'm not sure how much we're supposed to share here, so I'll shut up.
You can say whatever you want. We have no rhyme or reason for the stream. I was talking to my girlfriend Amy, and I was like, we should just go live.
I'm not even wearing any pants, so
yeah,
neither am I. Neither am I.
I may or may not. I'm not sure yet.
I don't for most of my live stream, so. Hey, Raquel.
And that's what I said to Amy too. That's exactly what I said to her. I said, you know what? I think that most people probably don't wear pants because you can't ever see, down below.
That's true.
Jeans are really uncomfortable, so it's just much easier not to.
So I can't find where we are. I'm sorry. I went to another tab. There you guys are. I'm lost in life as usual. So yeah, so Wes and I have been talking about this, like, inner child thing, Amy, and just Amy knows my whole deal because she was my neighbor across the street in Colorado, and a lot of people know my deal, but I moved here for a reason, and I miss her terribly.
Yes,
Amy is the only person, so that people know, besides Pete from Creepy Little Book, who's one of my oldest best friends, that took like care of me. Pete from afar and Amy from a close distance via leaving things on the front porch when I had the cough for like 3 long months. And she would make me like banana bread and leave it on the front porch, and What was that thing that your mom's recipe? It was really, really good. It was like it had like poppy seeds on it, didn't it?
It had it's brown sugar and cinnamon.
No, but you made me something else besides the banana bread.
Banana
It was like
bread.
your mom's recipe. It was like a
Oh,
ring.
the coffee cake.
Yeah, that was really good too.
Yeah.
She used to bake for me. She brought me flowers. She's
Mhm.
like amazing, and she's a hairdresser. As you can see, she's got
Oh.
awesome hair. Did you
It
work
is.
today, Amy?
I did. I worked all day. That's why my hair is up and it's dirty and messy, but you love me for who I am. So there I go.
Of course I do. She's got hair that goes down to like almost like below her waist. It's really neat.
It's
That's
true.
And
impressive.
how is town there? Is it craziness right now?
Well, it's
She lives in a
winter.
ski town where I used to
It's winter wondergrass right now.
live. Ooh,
So everybody's up on the mountain toking it up.
yeah. Yep. So everyone's making money as a local, but they're also getting very annoyed by drunk tourists, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That happens up in Tahoe around here. They call them flatlanders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Flatlanders. That's
fucking
funny.
flatlanders.
I
Get
know.
out.
I know. But they make us money. And, I have such a steady clientele of locals that they don't bother me. I'm working too much.
There you go.
But yeah, it's good. The vibe of the town is good. And, just they're having to make big improvements, big expansions because everything's happening here. Whether like what you said, Wes, about the Flatlander comment, is you got a lot more of those big ranch families that have had ownership for years, and they don't want anybody to be here or grow or anything, but it's growing nonetheless. So it's interesting to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like up in Tahoe. Yeah, they get super pissed when people start building out.
It's true.
Oh, and and in that town, I mean, Amy came a little bit, well, obviously later than I spent most of my childhood going back and forth there because my dad owned a restaurant there. Back in like the 80s, it was a popular ski destination, but it was still like a cowboy town.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like Vail and Aspen. It wasn't all built up. You didn't get all the like Richie Rich there. And now they're just like, it's like condo land now, isn't it, Amy?
It is. Well, and they,
Yeah.
Aspen and Vail are now part ownership of the area.
It's Vail too, so it's all it's
Yeah.
basically the monopoly of Colorado now, I
Yep.
guess.
They're
Because
here.
I remember when Aspen, whatever they called that, I forget what they called the company when they bought the ski mountain, and that was
I
like
know.
a
I
big deal.
forget the name of it too.
I'm trying to figure
I
out
don't know how to
I
ski.
can look at.
It's
You
all
know how to
right.
ski?
Yeah.
If you
What
try
about-
it as an older person, I think it's a lot harder. An older person.
Well, I think everything is harder when you're an older person.
Is it?
Yeah.
Come on. There's some
I don't
things
know.
that are way easier. Lollipops. Those are way easier.
Yeah.
No
Tying your
teeth.
shoes are easier too.
No
Well, maybe not
hindrances.
learning it.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny. I'm trying to figure out how I get to my it doesn't matter because I can do the comments, I guess, from my StreamYard. I like to look at I guess I can look at it on my phone. Because you don't get all the comments in the StreamYard area in the back. I'm still learning. I'm a boomer, according to some people.
Yeah, me too.
And we're gonna have Pete from Creepy Little Book will join us in about 20 minutes or so too. So that'll be
Good.
fun. Yes. So, chat. Anyone have anything cool that happened today? What did everyone do for their Friday? Are you working? Did you take the day off? I'm looking for comments from people. Or do you have any questions for Wes or the beautiful Amy or me? And I'm still trying to find my channel.
Yeah, they're probably still. There you go.
There may be no one there. I'm trying to find my channel so I can see how many people are on it. And I'm really that slow at this. Pretty funny. Oh, here we go. Figured it out. Hooray! There we go. And I just have to mute it. Mute it. There we go. Oh, okay. See, there are more people here.
Yep.
We have.
They're coming in.
Yeah, we do. Nice. Okay.
Trying to figure out what your
There we
Twitter
go.
handle is so I can tag you in there.
Man Ray of Hope 23. He says, "Hey Court, who are your new friends?" To the left of me, right of me. It's my
Stage left.
Stage left is my girlfriend Amy, and she was my neighbor when I lived in Colorado, and my best girlfriend there, and she rocks.
Thanks, Court. You rock.
And then below me, this is Mr. Wes Moody, and I can put our names up here, I think, actually.
I think there's a setting for that.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. This show display names, it should.
I'm trying to avoid the news. It's hard.
Oh, I haven't been watching it.
Yeah, don't watch it.
I know.
That goes for them. Oh, I know how to do it. Okay. Hold on, let me get his comment and go to the next person very quick before I get stuck in this. Alrighty. Oh, Sapphire Alpha's here. Hey, hey, hey. And nice. Thanks for showing up, you guys. This is totally impromptu. And for those that weren't sitting here waiting, like the patient, Big Chuck D, and who else was in here at the time? I think it was Amen Feet, who were waiting. Well, I didn't know that once you go into a live, you set it as a live stream, that it notifies people right away. So I should have set it for a future time. Instead, it was telling people I was live. And we were just sitting here hanging out.
My notifications did that.
What did you say, Wes? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I wish my notifications did that when I went live. Nobody gets notifications when I do it.
Yeah, I don't get notifications from some people, even though I have even though I'm subscribed to the back bell that's on the top, and some people I get notifications from, and I swear that I don't even I have the personalized bell. So I don't think there's rhyme or reason to it. I think YouTube just likes to randomize everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Wes, you know how to do these things. Where would I put our names on us?
See, I'm looking at the guest version of it, but I think it's under, if you go under brand, maybe is it under brand?
Probably.
Hold on. Let me log into another one, see what it says. So hold on. Hopefully it doesn't kick me out. Yeah, that's weird. You can do 2 StreamYards at once. I didn't know that. So if you go under brand.
I thought that was so weird too. Oh, and I forgot we can have music too now. Check this out.
Brand. Is it brand? Oh, that's relaxing.
I can't even hear it.
There's one called
yeah, they took that from Restream. Restream was doing music. Oh, there it is. Brand, and then under theme, it'll have a toggle switch that says show display names.
Yeah, I had it toggled on. Now I'll toggle it off.
Oh, it's because you have a comment highlighted. If you unhighlight the comment, then our names will show up.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay,
I like Restream better.
I could put something on really quiet in the background. Feeding the birds. How's that level for the chat? Can you still hear us?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So.
Kind of makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Kind of makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
I still love that song. That song, the
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
I think of the name of them.
It's
something gang.
It's something that's not obvious. I know that.
It's the something gang. Why can't I think of the?
Wait, hold on. Grandmaster Flash. I know it's Grandmaster Flash. I know that. Grandmaster. Well, there's a remake by some of the gangster rappers too. They had it in there.
Tim's Talk is here. Tim, if you want to come on, just say so in the chat, and I can send you.
What the hell is the name of that song? God damn it. Oh, The Message. That's what it is. The Message. Yeah. There you go.
The Wake Breaker? Is that what it says? Or the Woke Breaker? I don't know if I know who that is, unless it's Wookiee with a different name. I'm not sure. Hi, Woke Breaker. Thanks for joining us.
I shared this out on Twitter, so that should be fun. Hail, Small Time Republic. Welcome, my friend. Oh, sorry, it's your show. I shouldn't be saying hello to everybody.
No, you
Hail,
say hi
TP
to
of
whoever
Doom.
you want.
I say hello.
Doom,
I try to say hello to everybody because I just think that's.
It's
No,
important.
you
It
need to
makes
help me
them-
with this because
makes them
I'm
feel seen.
partially blind. So you need to, if
Oh,
you see someone
okay.
I'm not addressing, please go ahead. Please, please.
Yeah, you pretty much got everybody.
And I'm on my
Hail-
phone, so I can't see anything.
Oh, yeah, you can't when you're on the phone, that's for sure. Hail, Amin Fate. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, I like that. Well, now it's not so much Grandmaster Flash anymore. Now it's, what is this?
The Sugar Hill Gang. That's what I was thinking of. When I was
Okay.
trying to think of the something gang. Okay, now let me try to get back to where I
Dun,
was.
dun, dun. Juicy.
I probably look like
Dun,
such
dun,
like.
dun, dun, dun. No, that's a different song.
One of my favorite people is here.
Hail the lovely Sherry.
Hi, Mo. He calls me Joan Jett and also the Queen of Sheba. So, you
That's good.
know.
Both power names.
Yeah, the Joan Jett thing. I was like, you can call me that whenever you want. She's like one of my favorites. So. Oh, and I saw Sherry somewhere. Hi, Sherry. So, since there's a couple new people here, I'm going to introduce. Most of you probably know Wes Moody, and when it's like hold on, the comment off. Is that there's our names? Okay. I think people probably know Wes, but if not, that's Wes Moody below me. And then this is my girlfriend Amy. She was my neighbor when I lived in Colorado, and she's one of the coolest people in the world. She's a hairdresser and always has awesome hair, and she always took care of me in the neighborhood. We were surrounded by some very interesting folk.
And
I
I'm
should
still
say.
surrounded by them. I have a
I
new
know,
one
she's like,
though.
"You left me."
I have one right next door to me who the government pays to keep home because he was grown on a hippie commune and apparently did not adapt well into communities. So he bakes meth next door now.
Oh, that's really
That's
safe.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. When I first moved in, so we lived in a trail. It's a trailer park, and in that town, that's like affordable living for the locals, and it's still higher rent than you would ever believe. It's unbelievable up there.
Like I grew up outside of Chicago, and living in a trailer park is not an option, but here it's an option. Like, because it's normal working people just trying to not have to commute all the way from out of town into town. So my home is actually wonderfully cozy. I love it. It's right by the river.
You have the nicest one. You have the best one in the whole place. You know it.
I know it. I'm very lucky. But you've still got, like the my dad calls them the floating turds of life, that they just, no matter how many times you flush them, they stay. They're here too.
Yeah, meth heads.
Yeah.
Ugh. Grew up around people and that stuff. Ugh.
No, thank you.
See, it's funny because like growing up in Philly, that wasn't a thing. I think it probably is nowadays, but like when I was younger, it was the other thing, the H thing. That was like what everyone, but it was always like West Coast. You would hear about, that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, trailer park, of course, and then we're like in Colorado. So that's scary though. That scares me that there's somebody in the neighborhood. There was like when I first moved in there was somebody else that was like busted in that neighborhood. It was that place right in the divide before you go down the 2, like you go around the corner, where the big rocks are. That place on the corner there.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, it is.
Wes, make sure I'm not missing people because there's such a big house like that. I
I think
really
you got
can't.
everybody. The
I
woke
need my
breaker. Hail the woke breaker.
woke
Did we get the woke breaker?
I know.
Yeah, they put him up already. I didn't know at first. I thought it said like Wook or something, and I thought it might have been Wookie under a different name. And we got Red Monarch. Cool. So I
I'm
was
digging
asking
this
the
chill
chat
music
before,
right now. This is very good.
I wish I could hear that music. I can't.
because he has like good stuff, like good a good setup. You're outside, like just listening on your phone, right? Are you muted now?
Me?
Oh, now I can hear you. I couldn't hear you for a second.
I was trying to look at the people. I can't see it because I'm on my phone. I was trying to help, but I can't.
No,
Yeah, definitely
I
a
agree.
nope to that. Yeah, that's bad.
Yes, there's a wise note. Oh, I hear it now. I'm very excited about this new music thing on here.
Yeah, Restream's been doing it for the last year. I think that StreamYard had to have music because they were doing it. Yeah, Restream's harder to use.
What's the rock one? I'm just so curious.
Hail Red Monarch. Welcome, my friend. Increased meteor activity. I've heard things here and there. I haven't paid very close attention to it, so I would need to more research the subject. But I don't know if we're gonna go conspiracy or conspiracy. We're entering the age of Aquarius from the age of Pisces, and these epochs in human history tend to coincide with an increase in meteorological activity and stellar activity. So I don't know. The big picture is that humanity seems to get like 12 to 24,000 years of not a lot of activity, and then all of a sudden we hit that's why the pyramids are astrologically linked to Orion's belt, for example, at a certain period in time. And that's why the Hoover Dam, they have a star map rather than using the Gregorian calendar, because humanity gets wiped out from time to time. So yeah, sleep well. Yeah.
I'm so glad that you know that stuff. If Pete was on here, Pete would be able to chime in on that.
Oh, I know. I am extremely intrigued by all of that.
Yeah, I turned her on to Creepy Little Book a while back. She was like, I love this. Mm-hmm. And we do see UFOs where we are. I keep thinking I'm there. Is that weird when you spend chat, is that weird when you spend 14 years in a state and then you move to still think you're in that state? I refer to myself as being in Colorado all the time.
Well, you know what's interesting is that I'm by an Air Force base, so we see UFOs like the Flying Triangle. We see I've seen that, and
that's what I usually see. The three. Is that what you mean?
It's a flying triangle. There's a white light at each of the points of the triangle. Then there's a red light in the middle, and it's translucent.
I had a really weird introduction to all of that. And I was dating this I don't know anybody that knows Dutch Bros coffee, but it's the best coffee in the world as far as I'm concerned. And they hire these super hot guys, and you go up to the window and they're like, oh my God, you look amazing today. Like everything about the compliment stuff is what they do. And I met this guy and we started dating, and he turned out to be a huge conspiracy theorist, where he said he was abducted multiple times, all this stuff. And I just was like, okay, I like history and mystery stuff. I grew up on that. I can kind of roll with this, but then he started getting more and more odd as we got deeper into the relationship, and honestly pretty toxic. So that was not a good thing. But at one point he called me one night and he was like, I need you to go outside right now and look above your house. Like, he kind of directed me on the direction, and I went out there and I saw this light. It looked, kind of like what you would see the space station, whatever, the International Space Station, that kind of size and light. But when I looked at it, it pulsed at me. It like just did this big pop flash at me. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Except I probably shouldn't say that word on your show. Sorry.
I think we can say that, right?
I'm muted. You can say whatever you
Hail
want.
Godzillionaire.
But
Hello, Godzillionaire.
from that point on, I kid you not, I had so many of those encounters. Like I had more that, I mean, there's probably more time to talk about that than I have to say it, but I had so many encounters with, they weren't the triangle ones, but they were just these like pulsing light ones. And I would have girlfriends coming over to the house, and I could go out into my backyard and count anywhere up to like 18 or so a night. And it was just like a weird connectivity to them through his introduction. It was the weirdest thing, but I was like, I can't say I didn't see it. You know, it's
Do you
really,
think that maybe he was from another area?
well, I mean, if we're all friends here, he definitely had connections to stuff that, like when he met me, he thought he stubbed my toe, and I'm a smart ass by nature, right? And so he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh, no, you're fine. And then he backed away from me and he was like, what are you? And I was like, what? And he's like, you're a Pleiadian, aren't you? And I was like, you're not supposed to know. And, but I thought he was joking, and he wasn't joking. So there were many nights I was woken up out of my sleep, and there was different like entities trying to like mess with him, or they were trying to check me out. And then I've always been a really, like when I lived in Australia, I've just always been a very notable, spiritually like connected to light and source person. So people that are connected to it notice me. You know what I mean? And that's for everybody. Like, I'm not just saying I'm super special or whatever, but it's anybody that's really connected to those things. Other people that are connected in, it doesn't have to be just one way, light or dark, they recognize you, you know? So, I don't question his involvement. I think he was just so, you know, that line of extremist versus balance. I think he was just so extreme. He kind of got into some really unhealthy mindsets about it, you know, but it was very intriguing. I have a huge fascination with it.
It's definitely interesting stuff, and I'm a believer, so
it's real.
So Tiki of Doom says I saw the Machine Elves when I was a kid. My brother claims to have seen the Machine Elves as well.
What are the Machine Elves?
Well, supposedly interdimensional. So we did a watch party of We'll Always Have Paris on Trekking on Tuesday. And the dude was caught between two dimensions and saw other, you know, the aliens from the other dimension. I guess those are the Machine Elves. Yeah.
Are those the ones? I forget.
They're kind of like
his title just went away. Go ahead. Sorry. What?
Oh, they're kind of like the quintessence, I guess, from the Transformers movie.
Oh, okay. Because I also had heard it was that show in the Alaska something where these people were talking about these little tiny elf-like creatures that were up in trees and whatnot. But I think there were things that would happen that weren't so great after they would see these things. But I vaguely remember it.
We have to wait till Pete joins us because he'll know exactly what you're talking about. I wonder if was it Alaska, or I wonder if it's Antarctica stuff.
It was Alaska.
Alaska?
It was many different like stories.
So Tim's asking for a link. Okay. He's in the chat there.
Tim, are you on? Do you know how to contact him, Wes?
I think he's on Twitter. Yeah. Here, I'll send a link.
Send him the link. Do you mind? That would be very nice.
Absolutely, I'll send a link.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come on, Tim. Tim talks good people, Amy. I like.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, I'm honored to be with all of you. This is my baby intro to anything like this. So
That's why I love you though, because I was like, hey, do you want to just randomly go live with me on YouTube? And I like most other people I would ask would be like, no, what, live on the internet? Like, are you crazy? And Amy's like, sure, that would really be fun.
let's do it.
Like,
Right?
because I had nothing planned, and that's usually the way I work the best when I have nothing. Like when I just
Right.
do it at the last minute. Otherwise, I don't know.
No, this is
Otherwise, I
super
tend to put
fun.
it off.
I love meeting new people, and I love sharing ideas and hearing ideas.
I do too. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of the chat. The lovely Sherry who's in the chat, she's another one of she's a cool girl on she's a cool chick on the tubes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm having trouble finding them for some reason.
Whoa.
Oh, let's see. Not sure.
Well, my grandma, my great grandma, had an old craftsman style house that was built in the late 1890s, and we all, not just me and my brother, but our parents' generation saw some pretty weird stuff in that house. So, I mean, for sure, there's something about that, like spheres of light and stuff, and a black sphere, weird stuff like that.
Well, I've been following on the Skinwalker Ranch. Has always been intriguing to me because there's different places that in our world have these like supposed vortexes, where there are momentary overlaps of those dimensional realities where people see stuff that they can't explain and then it's gone, but they undoubtedly experienced it, And I think that phrase where we say our world is probably one of the least dimensional as far as the expanse of the dimensions that we have around us, of all of it, because we don't even see what's going on around us, but they're huge and they're expansive and usually pretty unexplainable, I think, for us that live in this particular one.
Definitely. Oh, I saw Pete's in the chat. Pete, we'd love your input on this if you did want to hop on. I don't know. I couldn't find Tim's talk on Twitter either. Did you get his handle yet? Tim, how do we find you? Okay. I do not see it yet.
Pete thinks this is a pretty good show so far. That's a nice compliment.
Absolutely.
Who said that?
So I sent you the link, Tim.
Okay, perfect.
Remembered what your handle was. Yeah, gotcha.
I did too, but I couldn't find. There were a couple different people, and I couldn't figure out his like the picture or anything. So
yeah, they they call that branding. You got to brand. You got to have everything the same or whatever. But
and mine's not the same because I've had my Twitter for like ever. Before I was and I'd forgotten about it too.
I don't even know how to get into mine anymore.
I didn't think I did, but I did. I figured it out. And now I use it all the time.
You remember MySpace?
Yeah, and I also remember Friendster. Now I'm really like...
I don't think I did that.
Do you remember Friendster, Wes?
I do. My MySpace was better though. I thought I liked MySpace. Yeah, MySpace was better than everything.
I know. I can't.
And then they also had
is it still working?
Something called the Makeout Club, which was
it is
actually a friend of mine started, but Continue.
Makeout club.
Yeah, it
Well,
was for like
my
emo kids, kind of. It's weird. But go on.
Oh, well, MySpace, this is more conspiracy territory, but, all of a sudden Facebook got really promoted on 60 Minutes and all this stuff. And MySpace, most people were on MySpace. And then Tom got, he was your first friend, right? On MySpace. Tom got a really big payday and sold MySpace, and he just like fucked off and traveled the world. That's what Tom did. And then MySpace died. So, my conspiracy theory is that the deep state bought out MySpace to shut it down to move everyone to Facebook, so that they could because Zuckerberg was more pliable and
more moldable.
But hey, yep, absolutely, they could do. Hey, Zuck, spy on people and run experiments, psychological experiments. Okay,
right.
And I don't think Tom was going to do that. I think like, hey, Tom, you're going to sell this, or we're going to like kill your family. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll sell it and I'll travel the world.
Right.
Yep. I'm going to surf in Hawaii. Thanks. Bye.
I heard a comedian talking about Facebook yesterday. I was telling Courtney I've got this comedy channel on Sirius Radio now that I've been enjoying. But they were kind of talking about the people that are always like, Facebook is hacking my information, it's stealing my data, it's all this kind of infiltration stuff. And so they were mocking this poor guy just to be like, you're right, that picture of your legs in the sand on the beach is exactly what the government is looking for. All your encrypted personal data of what you think isn't right in life is exactly what they need. Yes.
People that think like, oh my God, I have a picture of myself in a bra on there. The government is looking at it.
Right?
Well, apparently they got in trouble for that. Some chick on there was like collecting dick pics from all across the internet. Apparently, even private ones. She's just like, she was just like really into dick pics for some reason. And
that's like one of the most offensive pictures you can receive.
I mean, that's what's surprising about it.
So
apparently,
funny, it's so funny. I laugh. I really do. I laugh.
It's not a good opener. You don't want to open with the dick pic, okay?
I will not mention a name, and it's not even somebody I really know, but I received one of those today. That's very funny that that was brought up. Yeah.
It's like, that movie, the Bridesmaids movie with the girls from like Saturday Night Live and Marissa.
It's one of my favorite movies.
I love it.
That was a good chick flick. Because that was real. They're being real.
Yes. I love it when she's like on the plane and she's like, it's like it's just staring at you, like you're just like.
The only thing I remember about that is the chick taking going to the bathroom in the sink. That's all I remember about that.
She's like,
or in the middle of the street. Like the other girl's like, it's too late.
I use that meme a lot for my texting, by the way.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh
God, why do I only remember the chick going to the bathroom in the sink? That's kind of weird.
Hello.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going, everyone?
Hey, Tim.
Well.
I like your hair.
Oh, tink you. Like your hair, too. You look like a cosplayer. Or
Wait, like a cosplay?
He does cosplay.
Oh, that's
awesome.
He worked all day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
can you headbang, dude?
Yeah.
My hair is everywhere.
Oh, it looks cool. It's like all different colors.
It is. It's dreads and all sorts of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, her hair when it's down, Tim, is like way down to like past her waist, and she always has different cool colors in it. She's a hairdresser. She, I don't know if you were here for the beginning, but she was my neighbor right across from me when I lived in Colorado, which is where I moved from before I moved back east. So she was like my saving grace in that town, and especially in the neighborhood, because we lived in like a little trailer park on like the outskirts of town, and we lived with some interesting people. And she was my savior.
It's like everyone's kind of like.
In, I was like,
yeah. It's like everyone kind of like old school, and then she kind of like brought that like pop culture to your life, or like that pizzazz or whatever.
Yeah. She was just. It's not even that. She's just a good soul. We have a lot
Well,
of
you
like,
were the same for
curmudgeon
me.
kind of old men in that neighborhood that have been there for
It's
too
the
long.
kind of neighborhood, Tim, where you have to rhyme your name with your dog.
Oh,
So
geez.
like we have like Billy and
Billy.
Willie and like Noah and Nova.
Oh, I never even thought
Yeah.
about that. That's
You know,
funny.
Noah lost his effing mind. P.S.
I was there. Oh, well, I was there the time that one thing happened. Yeah, we won't talk about that. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that later.
Talk about happy things like puppies.
Happy times.
Like puppies.
Oh,
Yeah.
my buddy is here, Scarecrow Strawman. Woohoo, he says, and it's a party.
It is a party.
Everyone looks like
Yeah,
they're having
man.
a lot of fun. I gotta find some different music for this party.
I think that's very. Courtney, what do you think about that? Like the YouTube music stuff. Like they have like a bunch of different things that you can like play in the background. Do you like that or?
I think
Hey,
it's cool.
Pete.
I have it turned like way down, so it's just
Pete.
in the background.
Pete, you look
Hello.
Peter.
How do you do?
There he is, everybody.
What's
Yay,
going
Pete.
on?
Pete, this above you, Amy, right there. That's right. That's my girl in Colorado that I always told you would watch your show. I got her
Oh,
turned on to your
hello.
show.
Nice to meet you. How do you do?
Yeah. She
I
likes
made
to keep
one
it a-
comment that you didn't know anything about, and I felt really smart. I don't know if you remember it, but it was you were talking about pyramids, and I was like, "Did you ever hear of the pyramids in? I think it's Wisconsin or Illinois. Those rock pyramids, the underwater ones." Rock
Oh,
Lake
you were?
pyramids.
Yeah, I had not heard of those until then.
That's pretty funny. I didn't even catch on to that, Amy. It's awesome.
Just one. That's all I got.
Okay, I put on lo-fi. There's late driving.
I've met Pete one other time. I forgot what stream, but nice to meet you again, Pete. Or nice to see you again.
Good to see you one and all. Good to see you one and all. I don't have a lot of time because I got to run and do my show in a little bit. But I did want to pop in and say hello because Courtney was in my butt to do so.
Yeah, I will. I will probably stop in time for your show. We'll all head over to your show, and then if people want to hang out again afterwards, I'll open the stream back up because I like to watch Pete's show, and he has really good content on there. So
Yes. What are you talking about
Thank you very
tonight,
much.
Pete?
Tonight I'm talking about sacred mysteries.
Ooh,
Yeah, we should get weird
sounds-
tonight.
it sounds steamy.
Yeah, I like it, Stevie. Like a bundle of clams.
The,
So
the plot,
weird.
the plot thickens. Or does it?
Pete, Tim was trying to think of where he had met you from. Do you remember what stream?
I saw. Yeah. The Jedi Bills.
Yeah, probably Jedi Bills, I'd assume. Maybe Snow Dub, maybe I don't know. My memory is
Yes.
afflicted by marijuana.
Mm.
Now that's
I'm just having whiskey tonight.
I just
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
really-
The memory of things it's all fuzzy.
Mm.
oh, Sherry's got it. It was Jedi Bill.
Mm.
Sherry
Con-
remembers
confirm.
everything. You're so good at that, Sherry.
Yeah, Pete
Did you
looks
do?
like.
Was it a
Jedi Bill's
karaoke
cool,
night?
dude.
Yeah, attempted.
And what does Pete look like? Sorry, I cut you off.
I was gonna say Pete looks like me if I could grow a beard. I can't grow a beard like you, man. You got like a fierce stash and a mustache.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's quite thick lately. Really,
I can help you with that, Tim.
Uh-oh.
God, I couldn't grow a beard till I was like 35.
Yeah, special herbs or whatever. My brother has like a full BC beard, but like me, no. It's like I can't even get like. Well, I got a little bit. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
You're gonna have to prove it, Tim.
But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I mean, we all don't need like the 300 Leonidas beard. I mean, it would look epic, but you know, I'm fine with it, I guess, for now. But what are you gonna
My
put like?
brother.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say my brother's the same. He tries to grow a beard and he gets like a patch, and it's like blondish red, and that's it. He just cannot. It will not fill it. So he gave up on that a long time ago.
Yeah. But it's weird. Like, he's like more frailer than me, like skinnier, naturally skinnier, and I put on the muscle easier. But he can grow the better beard. I'm just like, huh.
But does he
So-
have gorgeous hair like you do? He's probably jealous of that.
Well, thank you. Thanks. Pat myself on the back. I won't sit in the corner and cry to my goldfish, Nemo over there.
So, Pete, they were talking about these, what were they, machine elves?
Oh, that's when you do the DMTs. Yeah.
What can you tell us about those? We were trying to figure out more about that.
The clockwork elves, from my understanding, appear generally during DMT and ayahuasca sessions. I've never partook of either of these kind of entheogens personally, but it's my understanding that they are constantly present, that they exist outside of our reality, and who knows what their machinations are. I mean, are they like the archons of the Gnostics? Are they soul recycling machines, like One Up on the Moon? You know, I mean, there's so many strange coincidences that align with ancient texts that point in the same kind of direction. And essentially what we're talking about is non-human intelligences at the end of the day. Ultra-terrestrials, if you will. They're from here, but they're not human.
I think one of my clients, she went on an ayahuasca trip and went down to, I believe, Costa Rica or something. And she was saying they actually did psychic surgery on her, is the term she used. They were working on different parts of her body, and she didn't really know. She just knew they knew what they were doing.
Mm.
I've seen psychic surgery going back to like the 70s. It was a big thing back then. And I'm sure it's still practiced in parts of the world. But you would see, you know, the psychic surgeon would insert his hands into a person and you know, he'd be covered in blood and he'd be, you know, as if he was doing internal medicine. And that turned out to be a hoax in a lot of regards. But if it's something like Reiki, and that's kind of what I'm considering it more to be like, if we're talking about psychic surgery, you know, then perhaps. I mean, you know, I never dismissed the idea of Kundalini and chakras, because you can't open up a brain and find a dream or an idea. The same way you can't locate these source centers along the spine. You know, they exist, but they're not part of this world in the same way that, you know, that the tangible things are.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
Not
cool.
like the way like a pressure point, right? Because you have pressure points in the body, but like spiritually, what I say that you have chakras. What is there, like 13? You got like your third eye right there and all that, right?
Yeah, the seat of the soul,
Somewhat.
the pineal gland.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It
Got to
like
calcify that pineal gland.
yeah. I'm
That's
not
why I
trying to
take
crack.
super male vitality.
I'm not trying to crack a joke, but like it's almost like, because I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan, right? It seems like Lord of the Rings in space, like the way you're like talking about elves. Because I've never heard any of this like before. Like I've heard a little bit, but like you're like God tier on compared to me. Like I'm just like reaching the surface. I've heard a little bit of stuff. You know, I watch some of the documentaries and stuff like that. It is interesting with the pyramids and all that. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So like,
Yeah, well, I mean, this is all that I do. So, like, you know, normal people, they have interests and they have hobbies. I just pursue the strange, so I have something to talk about every night. So I've got like a library of books about it. I watch all kinds of videos. I listen to crazy podcasts. I just devour information about strange stuff constantly so that I have something to talk about every night.
Pete, have you ever researched or looked at Dolores Cannon?
You know, my original co-host on the channel, Elena, was a huge fan of Dolores Cannon's work.
I
and
adore her.
She was always pushing Dolores Cannon on me and was like, you really got to check her out. I've seen some of her videos here on YouTube, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've never read any of her books, though.
I haven't either, but she's very intriguing. Her whole idea, just for anybody that doesn't know about her, was she was a hypnotherapist. And her thing that she said in training for hypnotherapy was that they always advise you don't go to this particular area because it always gets weird with the clients. And so she basically ended up going there, and she said in that space, I found that every single person had a past life, usually several, up to hundreds of past life experiences. So then that's where she started doing a lot of her books. She renamed herself, coined herself the reporter. And so these are a lot of the books that she put out are just her experience of listening to people recount their lives. And some of them were mind-blowing, like the Jesus and the Essenes book. That's one I would love to read because I think it's really intriguing. Like historically, the way the person depicted it, the girl didn't have like a GED. She didn't have a lot of background, and she had historically accurate, very intriguing information. But yeah.
That, you just reminded me of the story of Om Seti or Dorothy Eady. Dorothy Eady was like a 6-year-old girl when she fell down the stairs, cracked her head, and they thought she died. So they laid her down on her bed and like proceeded to like freak out because their daughter was dead. And then she gets up. Now, when she gets up, she starts having all these memories of ancient Egypt as a 6-year-old kid.
Crazy.
So they used to catch her. She would sneak off to the museums to go to the Egyptian exhibit all the time. She started attending the Catholic Mass because it reminded her of the old religion.
Crazy.
And as time went on, she moved from England to Egypt, married an Egyptian man, got involved with the Department of Antiquities, and then she was telling archaeologists where to dig because in her past life as an Egyptian priestess, she remembered a garden that was not there anymore. And when the archaeologists dug, they found the garden that she was talking about, and she did this with several other spots throughout Egypt where she had memories of living her life there. Very fascinating story. Dorothy Eady, Seti.
What is it?
Dorothy Eady.
Dorothy Eady. I'll look it up.
Yeah. They called her Seti. And she had some real paranormal experiences where her former lover's ghost came to her and the ghost of Osiris came to her.
Wow.
She practiced the ancient Egyptian religion when she became an adult. Like she worshipped the Egyptian gods and she lived in the shadow of the pyramids in a little hut.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really wild stuff.
So Pete, what got you into this? Like, did you have like some type of like encounter that like provoked you to like, spark your interest?
No, I went to Catholic school.
That's enough. What's that joke where your hair's parted down the middle and they're like, it's our little secret? That's a bad joke.
That's a funny joke.
Pete, come on. That's funny.
It's degenerate.
Once you want him to laugh, he won't do it.
He's laughing on the inside, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing ever triggered this in me. I just, I've always been open to the possibility of the supernatural. I never had an encounter myself, never seen a UFO, never been abducted. Had one dream that I was, but I was listening to a podcast about the stuff at the time. So, it's just been an obsession of mine, And personally, for me, like, everything in the culture kind of took a dump in 2016. So that everything I ever loved and was interested in has been ruined and perverted. So rather than spend my money on it anymore, I focus on the thing they can't take away from me, the Western esoteric tradition. It's all in the past. You can't steal it. You can't rewrite it. You can't change it. It is what it is. So there you go.
I love it.
What do you think about this comment, Pete?
It seems the Americans, the serpent and reptile people are on the enemy of the man's side. Where is East? The Naga seem to be benevolent. Well, yeah, the Naga originate in Indian mythology. So obviously, the view of the East is going to be different from that in the West. And there are some, like John Titor II, who claim that the reptilians were not in nature evil. That they were just as varied in their temperament as any other race of hominids that lived out there in space. This is in stark contrast to the book The Prism of Lyra by Lissa Royale, who tells the story of a great Orion war that took place between the reptilians and the humanoids millions of years ago in the Orion constellation. They depict the reptilians as just this nasty, warlike species that exists to conquer and extend its empire. So, the jury's really out until we see these things show up on the surface of our world on what they'll really be like. Weird stuff.
Interesting.
But listen, I got to run. I got a show to do. So if you're going to do this again afterwards, I'd be happy to join you and continue the conversation. So let me.
Yeah, I'm going to finish up in a few minutes, and we're going to come over to your show. And then, as I was saying before, if people still want to hang out after Pete's show, I'll reopen the screen.
Yeah, do that. Set it up, and we'll let people know.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks. It was good to meet all of you. I hope to see you again later.
Bye.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for hanging. Cool, Mike.
Thanks,
So there you
Pete.
go.
So I'm actually going to have Wes and Tim, if you guys want to tell people your channel and stuff, just in case they aren't around after the fact. So we have enough time to switch on over. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Tim, go first.
All right, I'll go quick. Yeah, I have nothing really planned. Let's hit 500 subs. I'm probably gonna do a celebration on Wednesday. Everyone's invited, and planning on seeing the Batman film next weekend. Super excited about that. Thanks for having me on. Nice meeting everyone that was on here. Wes Moody, I think it's the first time I've streamed with you. Nice to actually stream with you as well.
No, we were on This Week in BS a couple of times.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah, okay. And then I forgot her name in the corner because I couldn't see it the whole
Amy.
time. Amy, nice to meet you as well.
We were totally talking last night. Are you trying to tell me you don't remember that?
I was not. Okay.
See, now I don't feel so bad because I've had that
I
happen.
take back
It's
the
like-
gorgeous hair comment.
All right. Well, all right. Well,
Tim, did you say you reached 500 followers? Is that what you were saying?
Yep.
You
On
hit the big
YouTube.
500?
Yay!
Congratulations.
Way to go, man. Good job.
Thank you. It's pretty pumped, but yeah,
Hopefully,
thanks for
I
having me
might
on.
be at the 2 tonight, but we don't know yet. I was getting close,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Anybody
you
else
were
has
at my
private
last
subs
stream,
you-
so you were at my last stream, so yeah, you were. You're like, hey, I made it to your
Oh,
stream.
yeah.
I was
Okay,
like,
yeah. I remember. This is called an old person mind, even though I'm not as old
You're
as my
not
mind
old.
seems. I'm going to be 44 in May.
That ain't old. 60 is the new 30.
Exactly.
Turned
I was actually
45 in
cracking
July,
up because
so
I'm 72. I don't look it.
I had people on it was actually Justin Proper. He was like questioning it. I told him I was 80, and it was going on for a while in a stream. I was like, no, I'm 80 years
that.
old, really. He's like, you don't look 80. Wait, looking at my picture and stuff. It's like, I'm 80. Wes.
Oh, I am Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast. Talk about current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it's my webcast. Everything's on the channel. When I do my shows, when I'm on other shows, including this one, will all be on my channel. So hope to see you there. See ya.
Bye, Wes.
Bye.
I
Good to
really
meet
like
ya.
this comment. Rock keeps you young, Courtney. Thank you, Soul Assassin. You said that the other day. You make me feel better about my life. And you're literally convinced that individual that I was 87, 871. I can't read. I really can't read. My glasses need to be upgraded. And y'all are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate that.
And Amy, you don't have a channel, but you could tell people what you do if you want. Tell people
I
about
don't
yourself.
have a channel. I'm just me. Maybe I'll do a channel someday. But yeah, I just do hair, makeup, have fun playing, and whatever else I want.
Wait
She
a
also
second.
has-
Is that the way you really spell your name? Is that spelled like that, or are you trolling us? Is it spelled A-H-N?
Oh,
I've never
it's
seen that before.
It's AMIE. But my mom, because it's the French enunciation, she just has always called me Ami. So
Okay, I was like,
it's usually what I
It's
do.
for friend, right?
Yeah.
Isn't
I've
it
seen
like
AIMEE before.
Yeah, mine is AMIE.
Oh.
Means
I've seen
which
beloved.
that.
is literally friend en français. And le petit famille, that would be like boyfriend or girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Whatever you want. That's what I am.
Parlez-vous
I
français?
found out I was
Oh,
2%
yes.
French.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui, mon ami.
Au revoir.
Yes.
So let's say goodbye to, I'm going to say bye to everyone in the chat really quickly. Goodbye, Amen, Fate, and Soul Assassin, and the lovely Sherry. Milton Knowles, thank you for coming. Soul Assassin, Tiki of Doom, Mo, also MSG Marie Span Gaming. I don't remember. I might have said Sapphire Elf. No, I didn't. And I can't talk either. Hold on, I'm stuck. Just someone else gonna read for me.
Wes, I can't see anything.
I can't see him either, and I can't talk.
Hail Soul Assassin. Goodbye. Goodbye, MSG Marie Span Gaming. See ya. Amin Fate says, Amy, do a channel. Are you going to do
I'll
a channel?
try. What should I do it on?
YouTube, Odyssey, Rumble. One of those.
Well, I mean, hair and makeup tutorials are pretty popular. Like,
They are.
You'd make
Yeah.
a
You could do
lot of
cooking
money doing
too.
that.
yeah, do shorts too. Also, like little quick clips and edit
You know
like
what
little
I
montage.
think I should do is probably like I'm a more therapy based person, like counselor.
Well,
So
rule one
I
is be
think
yourself.
I should do
so-
that. Just give people
Absolutely.
I also-
space to talk.
I also think you could do some shorts with those cute little mirror dogs that you have, because they're adorable. And then
Right?
maybe
They're
one day
right
you
here.
can go steal my dog and bring him over so that he's on stream. Maybe you'll make you do that one day. I'll tell Tyler that you're babysitting one night. So
Right? I'll never
she lives
forget
across
when
the street
Remy
from my
had
dog.
Walter in his mouth. Her poor little
yeah.
her poor little Boston Terrier was outside playing with a ball, and he had a cute little green sweater on, and his cute little pop eyes. And my dog, who I rescued, is like, he's got some weird triggers that if another dog has a toy, he is going to literally destroy the dog. And he ran out there and grabbed poor Walter by his sweater and shook him and threw him up in the air. It was
He was so
horrible. It was horrible.
He's okay. That's the only reason I'm laughing, because this causes like
I know. He was
turmoil
I
with,
don't
like,
understand him.
people in the neighborhood.
Remy has some, he's getting help. He's a good boy. But I love
the trainer you
Walter.
have done did really well. So everyone should go do a Fellowship of Oddballs read. Is that what we would call it? Oddballs read. Is that how you say it? I don't know. You guys go to Pete's channel, and we shall see you there. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.